Hello everyone. So this video is about making new moon wishes, and I wanted to make this video because one of my passions in life is studying and exploring the natural rhythms and cycles of our world. And one of the most powerful rhythms and cycles that we can align ourselves with are the phases of the moon and the cycles that she goes through every lunar cycle. And so the moon starts her lunar cycle with a new moon where she turns her light off. She's no longer shining her light for the world to see. She is dark in the sky. That means she's bringing her focus inward, which is a very important part of the creation process, because as she starts a new cycle of creation, collaborating with the entire zodiac as she goes through her lunar cycle, we remember that creation begins with conception. And so there we can see that the whole universe, the ethers that which we walk through, is filled with energies. It's filled with ideas and thought forms, and we can either connect with them or not. And so there's ideas swirling around in the air all around us, and we can bring those ideas, we can connect with them and bring them down into this physical world. And so the moon reminds us that we are these divine, powerful creators, and the best way and the easiest way to put yourself in alignment with this natural rhythm and energy of the world is to work with and collaborate with the new moon during this cosmic inhale of energy. Because the earth is a place where we reap what we sow. It is where we learn and practice harnessing our unique strengths and powers in alignment with the divine cosmic forces of our universe, in order to fully awaken into our highest potential, right? In order for us to reach our highest potential, we have to be able to understand the divine cosmic forces of our world and how to work in collaboration with these energies. And so the moon guides us to that. It takes our focus off of that daily routine in our life, that tunnel vision of your to-do list. You got to go to work, you got to do this, you got to do that. And we build this routine, and then we can find ourselves stuck in this routine. But up in the sky, every night, the moon is there walking through her phases and going through her cycles. And she's inviting us to walk within these rhythms and cycles that are naturally influencing our world. Mother Earth reminds us that who we are in this present moment in time is a direct result from a decision or a series of decisions and choices that we have made that have led us directly or indirectly to this exact moment in time, this exact place in our life. And so if we want to change our life, we understand that we have the power to change that by making different decisions, by making different choices. So as we look back, we remember that we are the key to our future. And we always have been. We've always had the power of free will and choice. But have we always been empowered, knowledgeable, and fully conscious of the life we were creating? Perhaps not. And the moon is a guide for us to remember that part of ourselves. Remember the aspect of ourselves that we are the divine creators and we create our life. Of course, we create our life in collaboration with the natural world, and we do this both on an individual basis as well as a collective basis. So to fully understand and access our divine gifts, powers, and abilities is part of the human journey that we are all discovering within ourselves. It is a path of initiation and a requirement for becoming fully sovereign, for becoming a divine cosmic being of our universe. From stepping out of this humanly identity, this, I'm an accountant, I'm a teacher, I'm a hairstylist, I'm this and that, and expanding that sense of self into a fully sovereign cosmic being. Because there is a greater world that extends beyond this earth plane. And the moon guides us to remembering these divine gifts, powers, and capacities hidden within the subconscious of our being. And in order to become fully conscious and a fully conscious creator and tap into this power of manifestation, we must first be fully conscious. So in order to become fully conscious, we must invite our heart to guide us to remembering our divine purpose for our existence, our cosmic identity, and the soul agreements that we have made before coming into this lifetime. Because by remembering who we are and what we are here to learn, experience, and accomplish, we can then become fully conscious of what we truly want to harvest in our lives, in divine alignment with our purpose and the cosmic forces of our universe that has created us and is willing and wanting to collaborate with us. And so these are some of the magical powers that we can use during the lunar cycle. So it is important that our manifestations do not come from the ego, but rather they come from the heart, in harmonic resonance with the divine forces creating our experience. This is where you will find your greatest source of power to create and manifest. So we can either use our mind, and our mind will say, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and it turns out to be like a Christmas list. Our heart has a different tone, a different feel, and our heart will want healing, will want freedom, will want strength, will want wisdom, will want compassion, will want forgiveness. So there's this different feeling for what we can create and manifest. And just like in nature, in order for us to achieve the dreams that we want to see come true and have the human experiences we would like to have, we must first begin by planting the seeds at the appropriate time, like the new moon, in alignment with all of your heart and soul. The heart is 1,000 times more powerful than the mind. And this is one of the most paramount lessons that we explore and practice in the Lunar Destinies Club. Now, new moon wishes may not always come to complete fruition within the approximate 29.5 day cycle between new moons. In fact, in my personal experience, manifestation on Earth is much slower, and it takes an average of 1 year to consciously commit yourself to your dreams and to see that come true. So this also depends on your level of expertise and the powers of creation and your capacity to manifest and how aligned it is with your divine purpose. So if your wishes, your goals, your dedications are in alignment with your divine purpose, that unfolding will arrive and happen much quicker than if it's from the ego or from the mind, right? You're going to have to work 10 times harder or 100 times harder for a goal of the ego to be achieved than a goal that is in alignment with your divine purpose and your heart. However, always remember the power of planting a seed. So no matter what, above all, Just like in nature, we need to plant a seed in order to harvest something. And that is true in the physical world as it is in the spiritual and energetic world. And so once a seed has been planted into the fertile soils of the new moon, they will begin to grow in the months ahead. And be sure to make your wishes within the first 3 days of the new moon. And they will begin to grow. Those first 3 days are the most powerful, potent days. And for the greatest potency, make sure that you do it within the first 8 hours of the new moon. But if you can't do it within the first 3 days or in the first 8 hours, you have all the way up until, the first quarter moon, which is the first week, or even into the waxing gibbous, or right up until the full moon. But I always am a fan of working in rhythm with these cycles, and the greatest rhythm, the greatest potency is right at the new moon. So as close as you can do to the new moon as possible will give you the most reinforcement for these new moon wishes and dedications that you're sowing into the universe of creation. Now, be sure to physically handwrite your wishes out on paper and read them out loud to the universe. Let your entire spirit team hear them, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your power animals, your guardian angels, and the universe. Allow them to hear your dedications being spoken into this physical world so that they can conspire and collaborate with you. And share your deepest gratitude with them for receiving and listening to your new moon wishes. Now, once you start consciously creating your life in accordance to the natural rhythms and cycles of the universe and in alignment with your divine purpose, you will quickly find yourself operating in a completely different dimension of reality. And I like to call this the miracle zone. It is where synchronicity and coincidence just happen. Things just unfold for you. It's like magic. And if you haven't already figured it out yet, the world we live in is truly a magical place where miracles happen every single day. It's part of our world. All you need to do is to remain open to seeing the magic all around you. And when you notice it, be grateful and welcome more magic into your life. And before you know it, you will find yourself operating in the miracle zone. Now, new moon wishes are a form of miracles. And miracles are defined as an extraordinary event in the physical world that surpasses all known human and natural powers and is said to be the work of God or the work of the divine. Miracles are a gift from the divine, and although we may not be able to create them, we can certainly invite miracles into our life by creating the recipe of conditions needed to make some magic happen. In fact, this is what we were created and destined to do. We are divine creators. Now, in order to create the magic of miracles, you have to put yourself within the vibrational frequency where miracles happen. The frequency where anything is possible. This is also the same frequency we need to be operating in when we are making our new moon wishes. This is why it is necessary to open yourself up to your heart space, also known as the seat of the soul, and to follow your divine destiny. You were created to be a conscious creator and to learn the process of alchemy and creation and to master this process. And you deserve to create miracles because you are one. Now, it's important to remember what you are seeking is also seeking you. So if you're operating and wishing from the ego, we will be manifesting in a human experience that is a reflection of the ego. So it may be shallow, it may be empty, it may be difficult, it may be challenging and adverse. This path will not be filled with the same magical synchronicity as when we are operating within the miracle zone of the heart. And oftentimes, it is with emptiness and endless desire. You get it, and then there's more and more and more longing. It's endless. So in order to experience great success with your new moon wishes, let's take a closer look at the true intentions behind your new moon wishes. It's important to stay away from ego-based wishes like, I want $1 million, or I want to lose 20 pounds. Wishes that come from the voice of the ego will not be granted by the universe. This means we need to shift our wishes from the ego-based intentions to heart-based dedications, because miracles exist in a realm of the soul. So if you wish for a wish, and your wish doesn't ever come true, and you don't see any signs of it coming, it doesn't actually seem like you're getting any closer to your wish, then it's time to reevaluate if this is the right wish for you. Examine your true intentions behind your wish. Because maybe wishing for $1 million in your bank account is not really in your life path, and maybe what you're really wanting, or what's really underneath this desire, what you're truly looking for, is freedom and power in your life. If so, then your wishes should be around experiencing more freedom and sovereignty in your life. Are you beginning to see the difference? Now, obviously, everyone would want to have $1 million or more in the bank, but perhaps you need to become the person you are destined to become before you're granted such wealth and prosperity. So wishes around discovering your divine purpose would be more powerful than simply asking for $1 million. Heart-based wishes feel expansive, unlimited, and aligned with your soul purpose and true self. Either way, instead of wishing to be rich, you can wish for more abundance and prosperity to flow into your life. Now embody the feelings of ease and freedom, allowing abundance and prosperity to be more easily in flow to you. For a wish like this, you must know and own your self-worth. If you don't fully own your worthiness, then the universe is going to have a hard time delivering you the miracle that is also seeking you. And when abundance and prosperity arrives in your life, notice it, thank it, and invite even more abundance and prosperity to come into your life. I think we're getting to see the difference between I want a lot of money and I'm looking for freedom, or I'm looking for worthiness, for prosperity, for abundance, for sovereignty, for expansion, for purpose. There's a different quality to the wishes. Another example of an ego-based wish versus a heart-based wish is, I want to lose 20 pounds. Energetically, this wish is very ego-based. Do you think you need to be thinner in order to be happy or attractive? Instead of wishing to lose weight, you can wish to be fit, vibrant, and healthy, in a body that reflects on the outside the radiant being that you are in the inside. This is more in alignment with your divine essence, your true self, a heart-based desire. Are you beginning to see the difference of ego intentions versus heart-based wishes? The best wishes to make are feelings, emotional healing, experiences, personal growth, clarity, and guidance. So every new moon, you get to make up to 10 wishes, unless it's your super manifestation power period, when your manifestation powers are amplified and you get to make 40 new moon wishes. And this is something you will also learn in the Lunar Destinies Club. It's one of the first things that you learn. It's all about the degrees that open and close your 11th house on your birth chart. So it's something that needs to be mapped out. And so we all have one, and we all have a different super manifestation power period, and it's the same every year. And so learning when your powers of manifestation are amplified or supercharged will really help you to bring forth the life that you're wanting to live, and live in collaboration and in flow with the natural rhythms and cycles, not only of the natural world that we find ourselves, but our own natural rhythms and cycles of our being. And so after writing down all of your wishes, check to see if any are written from the ego. If so, rewrite them from the heart and soul. So I hope you guys have learned a little bit more about how to work with these new moon energies and this cosmic inhale of energy to create. It's what the moon does every 29 and a half days as she starts a new lunar cycle. She begins with a cosmic inhale of creation, and then until we reach fullness and completion at the full moon. And then, just like the breath, there's this release. And that release allows us to heal and integrate what we have learned, and then begin to think about and go inward. What do we want to create for this new cycle that is approaching? And once we find ourselves in this rhythm of the cosmic inhale and exhale of the moon, this inhale of creation and this exhale of learning, integrating, and healing, we will find ourselves living in the natural rhythms of our world, and our life will unfold a lot easier because we're no longer trying to control life or to create life from our ego. We're living one and in harmony with these natural energetic forces that influence our world. And so the new moon is a truly magical time to become a divine creator that you were born to become, to remember your divine purpose, to remember your soul agreements, and to bring forth that future self that is waiting to emerge within you. It is time to dust off those cherished dreams, long forgotten wishes, and hopes for the future. It is time to step into your full power, your full strength, your cosmic being, your divine cosmic identity, and work with collaborating with the universe to bring forth the future you and the future life experiences that you want to have. So I hope you learned something new. I hope this was a good guide for you. And remember, every new moon to become a conscious creator and take charge of your life and create the life that you want to live. And until next time, bye guys.